On the last part of this remake, we recap on how Goku trains intensely during the 5-year time skip between Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. So Goku trains as hard as he could, and his power level increases dramatically during this period of time. Occasionally, he even takes his training into the hyperbolic time chamber, so allowing him to extend the amount of time he could train. Goku's power level is at a power level of 800 after this 5 years of intense training, which is almost 2 times of his original power level. However, the events of the Saiyan saga still occur as usual, with Raditz abducting Gohan and Goku teaming up with Piccolo against Raditz. In the last ditch attempt, Goku ends up hugging Raditz from behind, and Piccolo kills both of them with a special beam cannon. Raditz is just a level above both Goku and Piccolo, so this was their only chance. So Goku still ends up training on King Kai's planet to learn the Kaioken and various other techniques, while Gohan ends up training with Piccolo. Luckily for Yamcha, Goku ends up arriving to the fight on time and takes on the Cybermen, destroying them easily. As usual, Vegeta still ends up killing Nappa after thinking that Nappa is a disgrace from losing to Goku. So now Goku faces off against Vegeta, and even though they were evenly matched, Goku's power up with the Kaioken allows him to overwhelm Vegeta fully, as Vegeta is defeated and he lays on the floor. As Krillin tries to finish Vegeta off, however, Goku yells at Krillin to stop. And this is where we'll start this What If for today. Let's get straight into the video. As usual, in all my What Ifs, Vegeta explains the history of Frieza to all of the Z fighters, so Vegeta ends up being spared as he recuperates at Capsule Corporation. Meanwhile, Goku continues his own training in the Gravity Chamber. However, this time around, the Z fighters also train in the Gravity Chamber, though they are actually in a separate Gravity Chamber from Goku because the gravity that Goku trains under is way too overwhelming for them. After Vegeta recuperates, he gets a huge Senkai boost, allowing him to briefly keep up with Goku during his training in the Gravity Chamber. So Goku and Vegeta decide to make their way to Frieza Planet 79 to find Frieza. After around a few months of training, they felt that they were adequately prepared. So Frieza ends up meeting both Goku and Vegeta. He had no idea where Vegeta had went this past few months and just assumed that he had died on some mission. However, Frieza, as he tries to check Goku and Vegeta's power levels, his scouter immediately explodes. Goku and Vegeta were ready to fend off against Frieza. Frieza was actually pretty impressed at their power. I mean, if you could blow up the scouter, that means that your power is actually pretty impressive. So Goku faces off against Frieza first, and immediately the fight begins. However, before we narrate the fight, let's talk about some power levels. Goku is at a power level of 10 million, Vegeta at 8 million, Piccolo at a power level of 2 million, Gohan at 1 million, and the rest of the humans at around 800,000. All pretty impressive. Frieza knows that their power exceeds his own in this form, so he transforms as he powers up into his second form. The light dissipates and Frieza stands menacingly above all of them. I mean, he's actually pretty tall. So Goku faces off against Frieza in his second form and immediately powers up all the way as well. As the light around him dissipates, Goku takes off his weights and faces off against Frieza. Will they be able to defeat Frieza once and for all? Well, that's something I'll leave to the next part on Dragon Ball Z.